Hello there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanya, and I'd like to say thank you for stopping by and spending some time here with me. Today's reading is about how the universe is helping you to align to the highest aspects of yourself. Because once we are in alignment, we feel amazing and can be at peace and content both with our internal and external worlds. We can do amazing things that maybe we thought we weren't capable of, and that, of course, can affect others to do the same. The type of alignment we are going to work with specifically today has to do with the chakras. The base number of chakras that most people are familiar with are the 7 that reside within the body. These readings, however, can include 2 more, which makes a total of 9 chakras. One of these chakras is called the Soul Star Chakra, which resides above the crown chakra and has to do with higher spiritual concepts and ideas. The other, called the Earth Star Chakra, is below your feet in the ground and has to do with deep grounding and connecting with Mother Earth for your entire energetic system. These chakras lie outside of the body and make up part of your auric or energetic field. If you'd like to know more, there are plenty of resources to find out all that you want, and I encourage you to research them. I'll be covering the basic ideas of the chakras as they reveal themselves in each reading. As you can see, there are 5 geometric images to choose from on your screen. There are timestamps listed below in the description box. If more than one image is calling to you, you can watch both or more at your leisure. However you wish to choose is up to you. If you are having difficulty choosing, I suggest you pause the video and close your eyes for a moment, then open them to see which one draws your attention. You can also meditate for a few moments to find out which one is speaking to you. Please enjoy, and remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd really like to know what you think. All right, see you at your reading. Hello there, group number 1. You chose the first symbol here. All right, let's get right into this. Okay, Spirit, tell me about what chakra you want to address for group number 1. What chakra would you like to address for group number 1? What are you aligning for group number 1? Okay, so we have rebirth, and this is the Earth Star Chakra. This is the chakra related to, it's also called the super root. It's for grounding, a connection to Mother Earth, for vitality, nurturing, rejuvenation, but also relates to animal spirit guides. So maybe you have some animal spirit guides that you have spoken with or seen, or some kind of guide that maybe even a butterfly. This is showing a butterfly here. Maybe that means something special to you. But this is the chakra that Spirit is trying to work with to help you align, to help you ground, to help you be more connected to Mother Earth. This chakra also has to do with the angel Sandalphon. He is the one that kind of sends messages to God, any prayers that you have or anything of that sort. And you can always look up Sandalphon for more information, but if you feel like an angel has been around you or something along those sorts, it might be Sandalphon that has been coming around, and maybe that's who you need to kind of connect with or talk with or give your worries or anything like that to, and let that kind of unfold naturally. All right, let's get some more information about rebirth, about your ground chakra or your earth star chakra. So this, and because it's a butterfly and rebirth, it sounds or it feels like there is something that either you're in the middle of transforming or transmuting, you are about to rebirth or have just kind of woken up anew. Maybe you've just started waking up
to your higher self, your spiritual self. And it's not an easy process, and maybe you're here because you're just looking for some guidance and stuff. And I think Sandalphon or any of your spirit guides or your animal guides want to help out too. They're acknowledging that, yeah, you're going through this rebirth right now, or about to. And sometimes things have to be left behind. That's kind of what it's, something, a part of you dies, or a part of your life, or something that is no longer useful to you has fallen away. Okay, so first we have the High Priestess. We have the Six of Coins. We have the Star. Yeah, your spirituality is coming through here, big time. And the Emperor, okay. So it's time to, or you have, or you're aware of taking matters into your own hand, being the master of your own life, of your own direction, of your own body, your own decisions, your own desires, and kind of taking ownership. And this is more masculine, this is more feminine. So, and the High Priestess is kind of about the hidden, like she is represented by the moon, the more feminine, more receptive, but she's also somebody that understands like magic. And even right here it says darkness into darkness, the key to all mysteries. So yeah, she's about mystery and about what's hidden, what's behind the veil, and balancing masculine and feminine, the dark and the light. And you have both Emperor and Priestess, so you have both a masculine and feminine. And you have the Star here, so things are being illuminated. There's hope. There's, you can wish upon a star. Like I said, with your, maybe you've been praying, or you've been working at trying to get something, or speaking to animal guides or angels or anything of that sort. But this is a spiritual type of energy, and being generous with it. So if that's what you're doing, that's good. Be generous with your knowledge, be generous with your wisdom, and don't like force it down somebody's throat in a way, but be generous with what you know and what you've learned and what you've gone through, so that other people might take something from that for their own growth, for their own spiritual enlightenment. Because what I'm seeing here is that you have moved to a higher state of consciousness, or your vibration level has gone up. And with 3 major arcana here, this is really a big deal. This is a big turning point. This rebirth has really life-changing for you, and I think you really feel it inside, and it feels very, very strong. And it feels like, not that you would want to turn back, but there is no turning back. Like, this is where you're at. This is where you're going. You may have had to leave some relationships behind, or leave some people behind, or some people are not following along too well. And that part of that transformation can be pretty tricky sometimes. But whatever is happening, whatever that you have lost, gives room for something new and better to come in, whether that be people, your life purpose, or maybe a change in career. Or maybe this feels more holistic, to more of your whole self, not just one aspect, like just your career or just your relationships. This feels like it's your entire being has gone through this transformation. And that is what Spirit is helping you to align. So if you're feeling like, not hopeless, but wondering, and like, okay, what's going to happen? Or, are things going to calm down? Or am I going to, be feeling content and able to move through my path with less, maybe the word awkwardness comes to mind, but you're on your way, and Spirit is here helping you with all of this. Keep being generous with your thoughts and your feelings. If you've been holding it in, because the high priestess is kind of like about what's hidden. Spirit is saying, be more open, be more vulnerable, keep wishing, keep that hope up, and owning everything you are, and all the choices that you make, and the results of that, or the reactions, and keep the faith. You're definitely on the right track. No matter what outside influences might be telling you otherwise, or questioning or wondering, Spirit is saying, no, you are definitely on the right track. And sometimes being vulnerable, like she's, pure innocent, she's nude. That can be a vulnerability, but this is how you really be honest with yourself. Okay, let's see. All right, Spirit, is there another chakra that you would like to talk about, or is there more on this chakra that needs to be known? Tell me more about group number 1 chakras and which ones you would like to address. How are you helping this person, these people? How are you helping group number 1 align their chakras? What chakra is being aligned? All right, so inspiration. Okay, this is the sacral chakra. So this chakra has a lot to do with the right to feel, self-gratification, creativity, sensuality, sexuality, desires, pleasure, passion, emotional intelligence. Could be like addictions and that sort of thing too, your appetite. But with this being such a very highly spiritual spread, I think this is more about being creative, the inspiration, possibly even with that, the sexuality. There's something about pleasure and passion in this as well. But let's get some more information. All right, Spirit. Tell me a little bit more about the sacral chakra for group 1. What else would you like to address? What's being aligned for group number 1 in relation to the sacral chakra? Justice. The 9 of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the Queen of Cups. All right. All right, give me a second here. So it's interesting, you have with the High Priestess, it's the hidden, but it's also kind of balancing the two, positive, negative, masculine, feminine. And you have the scales here, which is a balance too. So some kind of justice, some kind of balancing of maybe karma, or some kind of, for lack, I don't have another word than justice, because from what I see here, this has been a long, hard-fought battle. The 9 of Wands is about resting after, like a long battle, and there's justice. So with this rebirth, and even like the sun, I can see this as a sunrise too, not just a sunset. But there's something that has happened in your life that I think there was a lot of pain. And up until this point where either you are transforming or have transformed or have been reborn as your higher spiritual self, was a long, hard battle, and you felt like there was no justice for what has happened to you. And the Spirit is giving you inspiration otherwise now, or your transformation is helping you see differently and giving you that sense of justice. And look, they're both like faced up with prayer, like in prayer or something, eyes closed, right? And it feels like there was some pain, some trauma, and it maybe you held on to some of that in your sacral chakra. The feelings were really, really strong and deep. And with these cards, with, the Star, Hope, and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is kind of a quick moving more mental energy, or communication, some kind of communication with spirit. So I think that you've had communication with, either, like I said, an animal spirit or angels or beings of some kind that I think may not have been so apparent before, but with this rebirth, I think that you're more aware of it, and you're more receptive to messages, and possibly even sending messages to people. Like, you get ideas, get things from like out of the sky, right? Out of the thin air, and you're able to tell people something. And this is something that I think you've had for a while and maybe didn't understand, or but you're more aligned with that now. And with the Queen of Cups here, you have more of, and with, I think, with this justice and long, hard fight that you've had to fight, and with the messages that you receive or can give to other people, you have that queen-like quality, that sovereignty, and you own yourself. Again, Emperor, who takes charge of his life, or takes charge of how things go, the direction that things go, and understands for every action there's a reaction, and takes responsibility, right? But you also have again, I think it's a masculine and feminine. You have a good sense of balance between both, of being assertive and receptive, of being more outward or more inward. And the Queen, again, is more inward, a Queen of Cups, so emotional. And again, the sacral chakra does have to do, its element is water and emotions, and cups is water. So you've had a strong emotional background, or you're just a very emotional person. But with this more masculine Emperor, helps balance you. So I think maybe in the past that you have been overwhelmed maybe by emotions, the sense of injustice that of whatever you've been fighting, or whatever trauma, or that kind of thing. That maybe kept you from kind of this rebirth. Maybe there was something about being emotional that maybe you thought wasn't helping. That's part of the battle. But I think you're owning it now. And you're owning that you have a connection with spirit, and that you get messages, and that you can tell people things, or things just come up and you can just say it, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? That kind of thing. And with this generosity card, I think maybe like when you were young, you would do this, and then maybe you got scolded or chastised or something because you were saying things or doing things that just didn't make sense to maybe the adults around you, and they're just like, you don't know what you're talking about. But so you stopped being generous with the messages or with what you know or understand, and Spirit is telling you, okay, it's safe now again to express, to have your emotions and have your assertiveness and ownership of yourself, and really going forward as you are, who you are, especially now that you've been reborn. And Spirit still wants to inspire you. Definitely keep going this direction. And you can help others find their sense of self, I guess, is what I'm really getting at. And owning themselves, no matter what other people say, do, think. No matter, sometimes our own internal chatter keeps us small, right? And I think you are understanding, or starting to understand, or now understand that keeping yourself small or letting other people keep you small is not helpful, is not helping you, and that's something that you've let go of. That's where the rebirth is coming, because now you are more confident in who you are, and you're more comfortable in your own skin. And you're able to be generous with your wisdom, with the messages. And you've definitely earned this time to rest after battle, and the justice of what's happened to you. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. All right, Spirit, what else? What else can be done to help align these energies for group number 1? What else do you got? Okay, we have relief. Okay, yep, that goes along with this after the battle. Okay, and awareness. Yes, you are much more aware. Definitely coming out of the dark. And transformation. Yep. You have come a long way. You have done a lot of work. You are definitely... I think this is more about confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are working really hard and things are lining up for you, and Spirit is right there with you, helping you right along the way, especially since you get the messages anyway. So I think you kind of you already know all of this. I think this is just, like I said, a confirmation. You're aware of a lot more than, say, the average person. You have gone through this transformation, and relief is finally here. The battle is finally won. I don't know if the battle is more like an internal conflict because, whatever happened wants to keep you this way, but now you're like, no, I want to reach my full potential. Yeah, that's what's happening. You're reaching for that higher self, that your full potential. And how that plays out is up to you, and how I think that you, being the spiritual person, that you do have a lot of wisdom to share. You do have a lot of knowledge to help a lot of people, to help raise the vibration of humanity as a whole. This isn't just about you and your circle of friends or your family. This I can see this turning into being a leader in spiritual awareness, in raising the vibration of, you start with yourself and then the people around you, and then maybe you form a group or part of a group where you can share all this wisdom and help other people do the same thing, and they help other people kind of raise their vibration, right? Because that's what's happening right now. We need to raise the vibration of planet Earth, of humanity, and make sure we have a place to keep living, right? Because some of us humans are not so aware and a little bit destructive, and we need as many spiritual warriors, essentially, for the planet, for Mother Earth, to, like I said, raise the vibration and keep our beautiful planet and keep the things that we love about humanity and civilization that does work, that is beautiful, that is worth saving. All right, I do want to draw one last card, one last message from Spirit. Any last words for group number 1, Spirit? Any final advice? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the one. It jumped out. That's the artwork on it. It's kind of pretty. It says, begin to see yourself as a spiritual being having an earthly experience of growth and transformation. Yeah, this message is pretty loud and clear. This transformation is exactly what you need. No matter how difficult this road has been, you are exactly where you need to be at the right time to help yourself and help those you love, and then further out. All right, I think that is everything I see. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I really do want to know what you think, and thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember, be the light you wish to see in this world. Namaste. Hello there, group number 2. You chose this symbol. Okay, let's get right into this reading. All right, Spirit. What are you helping to align for group number 2? What chakra is being affected? How are you aligning energies for group number 2? Okay, we have relationships, and this is going along with the sacral chakra, which is the right to feel, self-gratification, creativity, sensuality, sexuality, emotional intelligence, things like desires, pleasure, passion, could be even stuff like addictions and that sort of thing. So Spirit is definitely wanting to talk about your relationships. Now, this could be all relationships, not just romantic relationships. So this could be casual, this could be acquaintances, this could be family members, it could be soulmates or members of your soul tribe, friends, co-workers, that sort of thing. And this could be an overall about your relationships, how you relate to others. So there's something that needs aligning in that regard. All right, Spirit, tell me about group number 2's relationships. What do they need to know? What are you aligning? What aspects? We have 2 of coins. The 10 of Swords, the Page of Coins, and the 5 of Cups. Okay, so, I think this might have to do with a romantic type of relationship. It looks like, obviously, with this card being backstabbed, feeling defeated, feeling, and with Five of Cups, that's the sorrow. That in this card, the three cups are kind of knocked over and the contents are spilled, but you're not seeing the 2 cups behind you that do have things. You're just kind of caught up in this. It feels like some kind of betrayal, and there is a choice here. There's 2, and it's interesting, there's 2 here and 2 here. So this feels like you're considering, even though this person has hurt you, or you feel like defeated, backstabbed, betrayed. I feel like you're still considering taking this person back. And this is what Spirit wants to talk about, because it looks like Spirit would like to tell you to move on to something new. Move on to somebody new. Or just look at yourself. Take care of yourself. This should be not about going back or staying single. Focus more on yourself, your needs, your wants, because if you go back to the same person and neither one of you have worked on yourselves or tried to deal actually with whatever the situation is, or whatever the behavior or whatever happened, and because you miss each other so much, you just get back together. Well, that doesn't mean that the issue was solved. It doesn't mean that the issue was worked through. And I feel like this is the time, if you're in separation, which this is what it feels like. Like I said, it feels like you're going back and forth. Should I go back? Should I stay single? Should, this back and forth juggling type of situation. But if you look, this person is naked, and that's being vulnerable and open and honest. And I think that's what you need to do with yourself. And so you can look at yourself differently and with new eyes, instead of, oh, woe is me, or why does this always happen to me? What's wrong with me? It's not about what's wrong with you, or why this happens to you, or that you deserve it, or, any of those types of things. This is about self-worth. And the more self-worth you have, the better relationships you're going to have all across the board, not just romantic relationships. So Spirit is here to help you, and it feels really hard right now, and maybe you want to give up, but at the same time, this is the 10 of Swords. So this is the end of this cycle, of this particular situation. It is the end, and you can start new. You do need that time to kind of grieve, but don't let it defeat you. Don't let it bring you down so much that you don't think you could ever have what you want, or have the type of relationship that you want, because that's simply not true. This is happening so that you can be honest with yourself, look at yourself the way you are, exactly how you are, and accept that, and be comfortable with who and what you are, instead of maybe trying to be what you think someone else needs you to be, or being something that would make you more lovable, more attractive, because what's going to be the most attractive is yourself, as yourself, and owning that part of yourself. Okay, Spirit, let's get some more information. Is there another chakra that's being worked on here? Tell me about group number 2. What are you helping to align for them? What chakra is being affected? What aspect? Okay. So this is the base, or the root chakra. and holistic health. So this chakra has to do with the right to exist, the right to have, basic needs, self-preservation, security, stability, survival, instinct, physical well-being, and creating healthy boundaries, which to me goes right along with relationships. So if you are very familiar with chakras or have worked with chakras or are curious, there are meditations and stuff, but you start with your base chakra and also your sacral chakra to help clear out negative energies or clear out old things that just aren't helping you, and taking care of yourself holistic. That's the holistic health is your entire being, your entire self, not just relationships or not just like work or this is, like you wouldn't, not just your heart, right? Or not just your leg. If you broke your leg, you're going to have to take care of your whole body anyway. But yes, your leg is hurting, right? And it's, if your leg is broken, obviously you have to give it attention, but you still have to take care of your whole body. You can't just like, okay, well, my leg is broken, so I just got to give all my attention to my leg and forget about the rest of your body, right? That's what I'm trying to get at, or Spirit is trying to say, yes, you're having trouble with relationships, but this isn't about just relationships. This is your entire being. If that makes sense. Let's get some more information here. Tell me more about group 2 and this holistic health, base chakra, relationships. Tell me more about group 2, Spirit. What else are you working to align for them? The Lovers, okay. Page of Swords. The Ten of Cups. And the Six of Cups. Okay, so there is a lot of emotional energy in this. In this particular relationship, like I said, this does feel like a romantic one, and I think with the Lovers that kind of confirms that. And reminiscing. So this might be something that happened a while ago and you're remembering, but it's still hurtful, or this could be more recent. But with focusing on yourself, you can have, this is the Ten of Cups. This is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. See, there's a family here, a dog, right? Flowers, all these cups are filled and overflowing with joy and happiness. And you get there by looking at yourself wholly, completely, honestly. And even though it feels betrayal and hurt and pain, working through that, you will get a new perspective. You will get new ideas and new a mental fortitude by working through this and letting Spirit help you align these energies better. And you can have the happiness that you want. However, that doesn't mean that you will be getting back with this person. That remains to be seen on how much, you work on yourself, and then you make choices based on that, and how much this person, if they're willing to mature a little bit too. This could even mean working on yourself could bring a new relationship, but it's not something that's going to happen like right here in the immediate future, because there is a lot of sorrow and pain to work through. And I'm getting the sense that this is somebody that maybe you knew as a child, or somebody that you've known for a long time that this happened, and that's why it is so hard to get over. It's so hard to move on, because in your mind, this person was the one. You guys had a great connection for a long time. You probably saw that you could have a family with this person, or maybe you did start a family with this person, and now, There's issues with being separated with the family, and there's children involved, because there's 2 children here and 2 children here. And pages are kind of childish energy. It's starting something new without prior knowledge of what can happen. It's like a new adventure, right? This is a new mental attitude, and this is a new physical direction, or new security, stability, but could be like a new job, or not just a new job, but a new way of being, a new way of, it's in the physical world. It's maybe you see things a little, you can see the world a little differently. You have a different sense of even stuff, your senses, like hearing, or you can appreciate different kind of music now, or or you're seeking or learning about new projects, or new, like I said, maybe a new career or something. But this has taken a toll on your health. Like the emotions are so heavy and so much, and your mind is racing so much that it is starting to affect your health. So Spirit wants you to really go within and look at and take care of yourself, to be the best that you can be, and not get physically sick, right? Or take care of your health, because this could really affect your health. It's not just in your heart and in your head. You let this stuff swirl around enough, enough anxiety or enough depression, it can start affecting your physical world and your physical health. And I think that's kind of what this message is that's coming through, is to take care of, you're at the end of this cycle. Whatever has happened, you're at the end. So take care of your physical body, take care of your mental health, take care of your emotional health. Really take time for yourself. All right, let's get some more information. Spirit, what else can you tell me about group number 2 and healing? How can group 2 help themselves more? I do feel like meditation or doing chakra clearing and that sort of thing is going to help you a lot, especially with the base, the root, and the sacral chakra. Okay, transformation. So this is a process that's really going to transform you. Clear aura. Yeah, see, clear those chakras, clear the aura. See all this stuff coming off of her? This is all the stuff, the old stuff that no longer helps you or serves you. And awareness. Being more aware of what you are, what you need for you. Being more aware of yourself. This is a time for you. I know relationships are a big part of what's on your mind, and it looks like children are involved. But the best thing that you can do for them and for yourself is to take care of yourself. Clear that aura. Work with your chakras. Let the transformation happen, and take care of yourself and make yourself priority. And come out of the darkness, right? Be aware. Because once you transform, this kind of stuff isn't going to hurt anymore. Isn't going to hurt you, because you're strong in your sense of who you are. And this relationship doesn't define you. Although this may have been a very long-term type of relationship that has ended or is near ending. But I think this isn't like news to you. Okay. I do have one final message. All right, Spirit, what's the final message for group number 2? What would you like group 2 to know? Nope, too many. All right, that's the artwork. And it says, take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. So, yes, this is Spirit helping you out. I know this, like I said, it feels very heavy. It's very difficult. You're probably asking yourself, why me? Why does this have to happen? It's for your better. It's for your higher self, for your, getting that, finding your full potential and being really, truly who you are and true to yourself, despite all the things that happen in your external world. But you are, once you're clearing that aura and your spiritual evolution, right, you're clearing those energies and you can start feeling better. Take the time to acknowledge those changes. And maybe you've already started some of these changes. Maybe what I'm saying you've already realized, and definitely take the time to appreciate yourself, appreciate every little step that you've taken, because it's important to acknowledge yourself. It's important to acknowledge the difficulties. This is not, this isn't an easy path. Like I said, this is weighed very heavily on your soul, on your heart. And I think, like I said, there are children involved and you're worried about that too. And that is understandable. But the best thing you can do for them is take care of yourself so that you can take care of them and help them when they start having questions maybe, or when they start acting out, or when they start wondering, that sort of thing. All right. I think that's everything I see. I hope this message helps. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you again for watching. Please let me know what you think, and remember, be the light that you wish to see in this world. Namaste. Hello there, group number 3. You chose this symbol. All right, let's get started. All right, Spirit, what chakra would you like to talk about helping to align for group number 3? Tell us about group number 3. Which chakra you'd like to address, Spirit. Okay, we have the sacral chakra and flexibility. All right, so the sacral chakra has to do with the right to feel, to self-gratification, creativity, sensuality, sexuality, relationships, desires, pleasures, passions, emotional intelligence, even addictions, sort of. So I think what this is talking about with flexibility, it shows this person doing a yoga stance, and doing yoga, you can be flexible. But I think this is also being flexible in a lifestyle, or being flexible in dealing with situations or circumstances. Maybe you're a little bit rigid in how you deal with things, and this is Spirit trying to help align you to be, again, more flexible with how you deal with things. So let's get some more information. All right, Spirit, tell me more about the sacral chakra and flexibility. Let's get some clarification here. How are you aligning the sacral chakra for group number 3, Spirit, as related to flexibility? What does group number 3 need to be flexible about? Okay, we have the 7 of Swords. the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Palace of Swords. Okay. Give me a minute here. So, the Seven of Swords is typically about deception, manipulation, even thievery. I think what Spirit is trying to say with that card is you need to be a little bit more flexible with circumstances, situations, or the people that you're dealing with. You don't have to be so, I'm going to get my own. The Emperor is a more balanced, there's a lot of masculine energy here, especially with the King of Wands and the Emperor. So I feel like this has to do with being rigid about taking what's yours, or moving forward with not, you don't want to define your life by what other people think. And so you are on the extreme end of you don't care, or at least how I'm interpreting this, that you want what you want. You're going to get what you want. And you aren't afraid to take charge. You aren't afraid to either even like move up in the ranks, maybe with your job or in your family or with your friends. You're not too worried about what happens because of the consequences of taking, or of, not that taking is negative, because we all want to get ahead in life. We all want to stand out, right? You don't want to, or at least for you, you don't want to be just another person in the crowd. You want to be seen. You want to be admired. You are a leader. You have, your palace here. And this is the Palace of Swords. So it's like a palace in the sky. So it's kind of high aspirations. And I feel like you aren't worried about the repercussions of how it affects other people. You just want what you want, and you're going to go for it. And it doesn't matter what other people think, say, do, or feel about it. And I think Spirit is helping you align that energy into more in the Emperor. Because with the Emperor, he rules fairly. He is a leader that is just and listens to the people around him and below him, and isn't just hammering down, or just has an iron fist that this is my way or the highway. I think Spirit wants you to be a little bit more flexible about how you go about getting what you want, about your ambitions, about what you think is owed to you, your success, it feels very 3D based, that you want money, or you want status, you want property, you want all these types of things. And that's number one. And that's important to you. And there's nothing wrong with having that be your priority. However, I think that you might be a little bit rigid about how you go about it. And Spirit wants to help align you to being a little more soft, or being a little more aware of how you affect others. Because at some point, your ambitions, and if they consume you and you get to the top, but you don't have anybody around you that supports you, you're still not going to have the happiness or what you think you might get being this leader, a CEO, some kind of like a president of a club, or whatever it is that you're aspiring to. If you step on everybody, you're not going to have anybody to really talk to or be vulnerable with, right? Or have a real intimate connection, because you've kind of just stepped on everybody, and everybody's like, okay, I'm not going to get close to you. And that's going to hurt you in the long run. And I think that's what Spirit is trying to address here. And, you know, this palace in the sky, and you have these ideas of what this is going to be like. And I think maybe you're starting to realize this as you're climbing up the ladder, right, of your job or your community or whatever it is that you're aspiring to. I think you're starting to see that it may not be all what you think it might be. Like, this is a beautiful setting here, but it's up in the sky. It's not grounded. It's fantasy. It's in the mind. It's not necessarily here in the physical realm that you could attain something like this and have it be what you think it's going to be. Because I think you feel like, well, you're the leader, and then you're going to have all these subjects, right, that will just follow you because you've earned their trust and respect, and really because you've stepped on everybody and you're not worried about how your actions affect people. You don't really have that. And I think maybe you're starting to see that and starting to wonder and starting to, what am I doing wrong? Or how can I make this better? Or it's like you're not understanding why people aren't following you or aren't seeing you or admiring you like you want to be admired. But you can have that, especially with the King of Wands here next to the Emperor, because the King of Wands has matured enough, and he's not so impulsive to just do, right? He's just going to do without thinking. No, he wants to do, but he thinks about his consequences and then takes appropriate action. He's still a doer. He still asserts his will. He's still, like I said, assertive and outwardly expressive, and tells people what they want and how to attain this, and kind of delegate. Okay, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this and this, but he's also respected. Same thing with the Emperor. So I think you can get to this point, and Spirit wants to help you get to that point. And I think all along, even though you might have hurt people, this is what you've wanted all along. It's just your path has got a little skewed along the way. But let's get some more information. What else, Spirit? What other chakra is being affected, or what else about this chakra that are you helping to align for group number 3? Tell me more about group number 3 and this flexibility and ambitions. It's almost like you want a place in history, like you're at that point. All right, so this is the third eye chakra and dreams. Okay, so yes, this is part of your dreams. And a palace in the sky. Yeah, that totally fits. So you have these wonderful, big, giant dreams of being an emperor, of being a king, of having this palace in the sky. And Spirit wants to help you move in that direction. So this is not, I'm not saying this to tell you, oh, you're doing the wrong thing. It's just sometimes we get lost on our path, and things happen, and things get skewed, or you go astray, or, you know, maybe something has happened to the point where you've been hurt. So now you're going to take what's yours and screw everybody else. It might be that kind of thing, where that stems from. Like, you're just going to take what you want because somebody hurt you, or people hurt you, or something happened, and you're just like, oh, I don't care what people think anymore. All right, Spirit, tell me more about the dreams of group number 3 and being flexible. Yeah, being flexible. Let Spirit help you. It's not so much your own will. Let things happen as well. Let Spirit in. Let them help you and clarify your dreams and clarify what you're doing and how you're doing it. Okay, we have the Fool. You've been fooled before. Okay. The Moon. Okay. The Four of Coins. And the Sun. See, now the Sun is about success and illuminating illuminating the path, illuminating this palace. I think you are maybe a little manipulative or deceptive to people because you've been made a fool of for your dreams. I think maybe as you were growing up or somebody significant in your life was like, you can't do that, and made you feel like a fool. So you've decided to kind of like strike back. Well, fine, I'm just going to take what I want. Now, the moon is talking about the illusion of that, the illusion of being the fool, or the illusion of being hurt because you had a dream that, somebody or somebody's didn't agree with or looked down on you upon. And while you are going through and trying to make yourself or follow your ambitions and make yourself this leader, this great person, you've held on to things. Maybe you've held on to wealth, and you've gotten some wealth, and the people around you are like, why aren't you sharing more? Also, I did forget to explain the third eye chakra is also about the right to be seen, self-reflection. It is about dreams, psychic development, visualization, clarity, awareness, spiritual insight, intuition. And that's where the basis comes from of what you want to be seen. You want to be the leader. You want to be admired. But somebody made you feel foolish, and I think you've lashed out, and that's kind of what twisted this. And maybe somebody said you should be more generous with what you have, and you're like, no, I'm hanging on to this. This is mine. That sort of thing, and you have a right to keep it, and it's yours. But there's an illusion here. This is part of how things got twisted and how you got so rigid. But Spirit is still wanting to help. Your dreams are valid. Just be a little bit more flexible. Realize that what has happened changed it or skewed your ambitions. There's an illusion here of, I think, of somebody doing something to you, hurting you, that, like I said, skewed your ambition, your growth. And it's like you want to prove something to this person, right? Because they said you couldn't. So you're going to be damned. Anybody else be damned, you're going to do this. But if you can be a little more flexible, believe in your dreams, let Spirit in a little bit to help you balance out these energies a little bit, you can definitely be successful, and you can have all that you want. And, maybe at some point you can be a little bit more generous because you've healed the past hurt or the past pain or the embarrassment or the awkwardness of sharing what you wanted and it being put down, that kind of thing. But you can still be successful without being deceptive. And you can let go of the illusion of somebody did this to me, and so now I'm going to do this back, instead of you can be more flexible and be like, this is what I want, this is what I'm going forward with. And forgiveness, having forgiveness, I think, is what Spirit is trying to say. So you can let go of the pain and the hurt and the anger. So you can be a little bit softer and a little bit more flexible about how you go about your ambitions to lead or to, like I said, like be a CEO of some kind of company. Or it's almost to the point that you want to be seen like you want to go down in history. You want to have a legacy. You want to be remembered. You want to be known, and you want to be admired and respected. And things that happen just kind of skewed that a little bit, that you're going to do it no matter what, no matter who gets hurt. And Spirit's saying, okay, let's soften that up a little bit. You can still be successful, and more successful when you let people in to help you, when you can be vulnerable and still have relationships, honest, helpful relationships. All right, let's get some more information. All right, Spirit, any advice for group number 3? Go what else would you like them to know? Tell me more for group number 3, Spirit. Understanding. Okay, have some understanding for other people. Creativity. Yep, get creative. That'll be satisfying. That'll be a lot more satisfying. And blessed sight, yeah. That's part of that dreams. You do have, I think it got skewed. You had this wonderful dream. You've kind of gotten rough around the edges in a sense, but your original, or, you know, this dream that you had maybe as a child was very pure and very acknowledged by Spirit, very acceptable. Not that what you're doing isn't acceptable, you know, by some people. It's maybe not so acceptable. Some things you've done, some things maybe you do regret, maybe you don't. But you do have an honesty about your dream or about what you want. You do have a purity there, and Spirit is acknowledging that. But you can have a little bit more understanding, and you can get creative now with how you're going to go forward, how you're going to get this recognition. That's what it is. You can be a little bit more creative. You don't have to be so harsh or so, I'm going to get mine, screw everybody else. You can get more creative about how you do that. And that's what I think Spirit wants to tell you, and to have a little bit more patience and understanding. Yes, I know you've been hurt. Spirit says knows that you've been hurt, and there's reasons why you've chosen this path and gone down the path that you have. But you can soften that a little bit. You can be more flexible and be more creative about how you go about that, and let go of the illusion of whatever that set you down the path of more selfish reasons than when you started. All right. I have one final message for you, Spirit. What would you like to tell group number 3? One last message. Oh. Well, that fell. So that's the artwork. And it says, trust in divine order. You are being helped. See, maybe that's part of the problem is you lost faith in the spiritual aspects of things, and you went very 3D, very I'm just going to use my will and go forward, put my head down, and I'm just going to go for what I want. Damn everybody and everything else. But you do have spiritual helpers, spiritual guides, beings or angels or people around you, even if it's like ancestors that are like kind of like poking at you, like, hey, let's rethink this. Let's look at this a little bit differently. Let's have some understanding. Okay. But success is going to happen. The sun is here. That's all about success. And, there's a dial here, timing, divine order, divine timing. Things are happening for a reason, the way they are. Okay. This emperor even has a palace too. So that's pretty cool. All right. Believe in your dreams. Get to the base of the real core of your dreams, and let go of the pain and the hurt and the anger that came from that, okay? I think that's everything I see. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you again for spending time here with me. And remember, be the light that you wish to see in this world. Namaste. Hello there, group number 4. You chose this symbol. All right, let's get started. All right, Spirit, what chakra are you helping to align for group number 4? about what you are trying to align, Spirit. For group number 4. Okay, we have family. So this is the base chakra, the root chakra. This has to do with issues of the right to exist, the right to have, self-preservation, basic needs, security, stability, survival instinct, that sort of stuff, physical well-being. And it has to do with ancestors. So that's, fitting, family. So there's probably some family issues that Spirit wants to address. Maybe you are not speaking with certain family members, something, you had a falling out, and it's affecting you. Whether you want to admit that or not, it is hurting you. It is hurting the family unit. Because, family is family. And yes, we all have fights and we all don't get along sometimes. And I know this. And there's aspects of my family too that still need healing. So I think that's what Spirit is talking about. There's something that needs healing for you, and it's important. If it's not on your mind, it's going to be, something's going to trigger it, or something is going to happen that is going to make you think more about the family. All right, let's get some more clarification. We have Ace of Coins, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so it looks like this has to do with some women or feminine energy. I'm thinking there's two people that are not seeing eye to eye. They both have their backs to each other. Maybe one is a mother. This one feels a little bit younger than this one. So maybe this is like sisters or cousins or something, that these two people are just two different people and they aren't seeing eye to eye, and somebody has a kind of blinders on. This person wants the truth, and sometimes the Queen of Swords, she can be cold and distant, and that sword just slices right through things. And the Queen of Wands has a more warm energy, but she can also burn the people around her. So I think harsh words had been taking place between these people. There is some defensiveness. There is, there's multiple swords energy here. So I want to say maybe this person who is the Queen of Swords is not causing more problems, but stirring up more, or trying to instigate things, whether this be you or this be a sibling of yours, or like I said, a cousin. This might not even, one of these people might not even be you. This might be more you, where you want to have peace. You just want to start a new chapter in the family unit. You want things to just heal and move forward, but somebody's hanging on to hurt, pain, and somebody wants to, I feel like the person who's the Queen of Swords wants to make somebody pay for what has happened. And the person who's the Queen of Wands, she's more settled and more, this doesn't even have to be female, but a feminine energy. She's more, I'm standing my ground. This is not right. Speaking to the Queen of Swords, you're just going to have to deal with this. And this person is like, no, I don't want to. I'm going to do what I can. And she's the one with the blinders on, because she wants something to go one way. And the Queen of Wands here is like, it can't work that way. I'm sorry. Things aren't going to be that way. And the Queen of Swords just kind of wants to slice through everything, right, with that sword, and just cut away all the stuff that she doesn't want to see. And, kind of be defensive. But somebody is trying to help with whatever this discord, whatever this problem is, but it's affecting you. It's affecting your chakra, your survival instincts. So maybe this has to do with your mother and your aunt, right? Maybe, or this has to do, if you're older, maybe this has to do with your children and it's really affecting you. Or, you know, it's siblings that are fighting. And you are like, look, this is not worth the effort. This is not worth the pain and the anger and the split that's happening here. There's just like a definite split here, and I think it hurts you, and you don't want to see that. You want to see everybody happy, and you want to see this healed, and that way the family can start new with a new sense of stability and a sense of security, and you know, preserving the family unit, because I feel like whatever's happening is threatening how the family works or relates, or because it seems like close family members. So maybe these people live together and now they're like gonna like split apart and live separately, and you know, because especially with this card here, everybody's together, right? Everybody is, and that's what you want. That's how you see it. You want to keep things together. All right, let's get some more information. What other chakras being affected here? Or is there more in the base chakra for group number 4, Spirit? Tell me more. Tell me more for group number 4 about family and about aligning this energy to be more harmonious. All right, we have personal power. So this is the solar plexus chakra. So solar plexus has to do with the right to act, self-definition, self-discipline, personal power, inner strength, empowerment, determination, confidence, courage, self-esteem, freedom, will, that kind of thing. So I think what this is saying is you want to assert more of your will into the family or how things are playing, because it feels like you're kind of an outsider watching this happen, other people fight in your family. And I think what you're just starting to get sick of it, really. And this doesn't feel like it's been going on for years. This does feel more recent, like weeks maybe. And I feel like you're just getting to the point where you just kind of want to, especially with this fist, just kind of like, you know, I don't want to say hit them, but like energetically be like, hey, just stop this. This is stupid. Don't do this anymore. You guys are hurting everybody, not just yourselves, or, you know, you want to step in. That's what I feel like this is what this is talking about. Because family is that important to you, and to you it's starting to feel like they don't have that sense of how important it is, or they're not understanding how it's affecting you and other family members. They're just thinking about themselves, and it's like one's being stubborn and one's being instigative. So, you know, how do you deal with that situation, and how do you step in, or how do you, you know, because there's always that sense of, well, if you step in, you try to get involved, that they'll both snap and try to bite your head off, right? Something along those lines. You just want peace. You just want peace again. That's all you want. No more defensiveness. No more blind eye. You know, no more swords. No more cutting. No more, you know, being stubborn or instigating or making things worse, or, you know, or gossiping or saying bad things about each other. You know, I think you're over it, and you want them to be over it. All right. Oh, I think that card wants to come out. All right, Spirit, tell me more about personal power in the family unit. Okay, we have the Emperor. Justice. The King of Swords under Queen of Swords. Oh, and then Lovers. Oh, yeah, my initial... What I think is happening here, somebody, this is sisters, somebody, a masculine energy is left one sibling or sister or cousin and wants the other one. And that's the problem. That's what's happening. And the Justice... Wow, this is kind of, yeah, how do you deal with this? Spirit, how is okay, so you're helping this person adjust. You're helping align the idea that somebody, it's like, you can see why this person left the one sibling or cousin and is now interested in the other. You can see, I feel like you can see why. The Justice, the reason why it's happening, because maybe this one person was really rotten to this masculine energy, whether it's a man or somebody else, but whoever this masculine energy was. It's like these two originally started out as lovers, but now it's going to be these two. And that's why the Queen of Swords is throwing a fit. It doesn't feel fair. And the Queen of Wands is like, this is just the way it is. You need to stop throwing a fit. And that's just making things worse as well. But there's a sense of understanding why this is happening the way it is. And you do want things to settle down. And you are... you do kind of want to take like control of the situation. Maybe you are involved in this somehow. But you also see the Justice and the reason why it's happening this way. And how do you comfort the person that is, being left behind or being left for another person? And this is all within the family unit. So this is tough. And Spirit acknowledges that. And I think that you want this person to take responsibility for the choices that he's made, even though you may understand the reason why. And, maybe even other members understand why this person went from one either sibling or cousin or family member to another. But this person needs to take responsibility for that and lead their lives with integrity and balance and justice with this choice that is being made. And help to bring balance back to the whole family, to help bring that security and stability among all the family members involved. There's something about the personal power. You have some kind of personal power to either soothe or help transition, to show that this is the path and, this person needs to accept it. despite how hard it is. And it's not going to happen right now, but eventually learn to forgive both parties. And then the newer couple to forgive the original person, because the Queen of Swords, whoever this represents, doesn't realize the things that she has said or done to cause this. There's so much confusion as why is this happening? Why is this person leaving me for my sister or for my other family member? It's not fair. There's no justice. But you can see that there is justice in this. So I think your personal power has to do with helping mend the Queen of Swords, whoever this represents, and to, help with starting new and fresh and letting go of what was and accepting what's happening. Because the choice has already been made. She can't do anything about it. All she's doing is just throwing a fit, but it's not helping anybody. It's not helping herself. It's not helping her ex. It's not helping her other family members. And I think that's where you come in to help with that. Somehow you have some kind of personal, maybe you've gone through something like this before, or you're the one that's closest to this person who can help out. Okay, let's get some more information. All right, Spirit. Tell me how group number 4 can help heal the family unit. Or what their role is, or what advice do you have? Tell me more about group number 4, Spirit. We have nurture, yeah. Your role is to help nurture this whole transition. Clarity, help give clarity, yeah. This isn't an easy position to be in. For whatever reason, this is something that you can do. Self-acceptance. For yourself and for the parties involved. Acceptance of self, acceptance of the situation. I feel for you, because I don't feel like you're personally involved. Like, this isn't happening to you. You could be one of these people, but it feels more like you're kind of the outsider looking in, but you feel for this person that's thrashing about, stabbing at others and anybody for any reason because they're hurting. Because I feel like maybe you've gone through something like this. And your role, your power in this situation is that you can help nurture and clarify and help this person accept what's happened. So that's what the universe is trying to align for you. That's what energies are trying to, smooth out. All right, I have one final message for you, or Spirit has one final message. What advice do you have for group number 4, Spirit? One last advice, last piece of advice. Okay, that one fell out. So, that's the artwork. And it says, take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. So somehow this situation is part of your spiritual evolution. Maybe through this you understand better, again, self-acceptance of who you are, what your role is in the family. But I think then that you could take that outwards, your role in life or in your community or in, civilization. Like, maybe you could be a good person to be a counselor, or somebody to give advice and guidance, and you have a real deep sense of what family means, not just, blood family, but you're somebody that can really help others and balance their energies, help them see, help them grow, which helps you grow. And it's putting, energy out there for the world to, help everybody heal. Maybe you're a healer of some kind, and maybe that's, as this process is happening, you're realizing that you can be a healer for others, and that might give you a lot of really content or satisfaction in your own life. Because by nurturing others, you're nurturing your growth. Obviously, you want to keep nurturing your own growth and your own family. But I feel like this is like a stepping stone, and it'll branch out even farther. Okay, yeah. So know that no matter where you're at in this whole situation, Spirit is coming in to help align you and help you move forward and go forward with your own personal power of, I think, helping to heal. And this is part of your spiritual evolution. And if this is you, that, the lovers, and you get this, maybe you're, have this person, then that's, that part is your spiritual evolution, and it's for your growth. Whether you're the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Wands, whichever one you relate to more. Or if you're the King of Swords, if you're the one that's changing, moving on to something different, maybe that's the outside perspective, that you're affecting somebody's family, because this has to do with family members. So some of you might be more outside, some of you might be involved with this. Okay. All right. I think that's everything I see. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thank you again for being here. And remember, be the light you wish to see in this world. Namaste. Hello there, group number 5. You chose this symbol. Right. Let's get started. All right, Spirit. What chakra are you helping to align for group number 5? Tell me about what chakra you are helping to align for group number 5. Okay, we have the throat chakra and listening. Okay, so the throat chakra has to do with the right to speak and be heard. It's about self-expression, verbal expression, listening, communication. It's also about like higher will, your life, soul purpose, speaking your truth, that kind of thing. But this particular card is talking about listening. So there may be somebody or something that's been trying to tell you something, whether you're listening with your physical ear or listening with your inner ear to inner guidance. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, wake up a little bit and start listening. There's information there, but you're either denying or don't want to hear, or there's something you don't believe, or maybe you think you're crazy because you're hearing voices, but that's simply not true. This is your inner voice, or this is somebody outside who's trying to give you advice or help you out with something. And you just need to be a little bit more open and listen to what's being said. Let's get some more information. All right, Spirit, tell me about this listening for group number 5. Let's get some clarity on that. Tell me more about the throat chakra for group number 5 and listening. This one wanted to come out. And that one. All right, so first we have Page of Swords. The King of Cups. The Tree of Life. Yeah, this is a spiritual voice. And the Two of Coins. And you're going back and forth about how you feel about it. I think that this is something kind of new for you, maybe, that listening to your inner voice, something has happened, or listening to, you're getting these messages, and it's something new, something you haven't really experienced before. Maybe you're afraid of being crazy or being listed as crazy. If you tell someone, or maybe you have told someone you trusted, an older person like a father or something, and they have been trying to give you advice about what you're hearing or what you're experiencing, or, you know, but this is definitely, it's a spiritual type of thing. This is kind of, the Tree of Life represents how creation happened. You know, like the one is where kind of the nothing, and then all of these different things have happened to come down to earth and physicality. And, you know, the coins, the Two of Coins is typically about, you know, balancing or juggling. So I think you're juggling this idea of either you're spiritually kind of maybe gifted, and this is new and unexpected, and I don't know if it was a result of some kind of life-changing event or something traumatic or something that happened, that all of a sudden, like, you're starting to hear things, or you're getting messages, or you're knowing things, and you're wondering, is this real? Like, and sometimes you're like, oh wow, this is really cool. And I think sometimes you're like, oh man, this could be really bad if somebody thinks that I'm crazy, or, you know, you don't want to be locked up, or but this is coming from a spiritual place, from possibly angels or spirit guides of some kind, maybe even ancestors. And whoever this older person is, I think you can trust. This is an emotionally mature, older, masculine energy, not necessarily a man, but masculine energy that knows and understands emotions, because I think this has made you an emotional, not wreck, but it's definitely emotional based, like maybe a little bit of fear, but a little bit of just confusion and feeling like there's parts of you that don't want it, but then there's parts of you that do want it, because it is kind of it's helping you. It's a really neat experience. You know, maybe prior to this, you didn't believe that this was something that can happen. And you're kind of like, this is all new in your head. And this person that you have confided in, or you will confide in, I think that you can trust, and is going to help you see that this is a spiritual kind of gift or ability, or way of being that shouldn't just be kind of brushed aside or pushed under the carpet, you know, that kind of thing. But let's get some more information. All right, Spirit, is there more about this chakra, or a different chakra that's being affected that you're aligning for group number 5? And whatever these messages are, it is for the betterment of you and everyone around you. Even if you think, some people might think you're crazy, or You know, I feel like you're at a point where like you've told maybe 1 or 2 people and you're not sure where to go or how to function now. Like you're trying to figure out what this means, what it, you know, how do you live life with this kind of thing, and how do you, if you're getting messages for other people, how do you tell them, that sort of thing. Okay, and we have the base chakra for holistic health. So the base chakra has to do with the right to exist, the right to have self-preservation, you know, basic needs, security, stability, survival, instinct, physical well-being, and boundaries. So this is affecting your kind of your physical health, or the whole body. You need to listen more, but I think that the messages that you're getting or whatever is affecting you in a whole entire way, not just hearing, but that's kind of, I think, one of the main ways that something comes in or comes through. You'll hear something, hear a word or hear a message, and then you start feeling things in your body that are changing, or you're changing your point of view on certain things, or you don't fit into the same group of people now because you're seeing things differently. You know, you hear them talk about stuff and maybe you're not as engaged in the things that they're engaged in. And I feel like there's maybe a little bit of worry around this and what it means. Like I said, like, are you worried you're crazy, or that you're making it up, that it's just all in your head? But this person is going to help you see, no, it's not. You don't have to fear it, or you don't have to worry that somebody's going to try to lock you up, you know, or take you to the loony bin or something. There's no need for that. I think this person is going to help you feel better about it. Like, if you haven't confided into this person, you will soon. And I think that's just going to soften everything and help you realize that this is more of a gift than, not necessarily a curse, but, you know, something that isn't necessarily, you know, in the rational, logical mind, healthy. Which is why you would think, well, okay, you know, you might be crazy. All right, Spirit, tell me more about holistic health and listening. And okay, so the first thing we have is the Palace of Coins. So somehow I think it's affecting your home or your security and stability as far as how you're living. Then we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and Strength. Okay, so major arcana and King and Queen. And you got 2 of the cards that are a little bit different in this tarot deck. So there is something, and you know, swords is air energy and it's about mental stuff. But as you can see, she has like angel wings here. It's also about communication and receiving messages from the higher realms, and having the strength to convey the messages, or the strength to know that this is something for you that will help you grow. And you have the King and Queen here. So I think what this is saying, it's going to, whatever, if you're in a relationship, it's going to strengthen your relationship, not make it worse. It's going to give you a better sense of your home life, or better sense of home and groundedness and physicality, truth. A lot of this, you know, the Queen of Swords is about truth, speaking your truth. Again, with the throat chakra, listening and speaking the truth. And I think this is actually going to help you very, very much so with holistic health. That's what that's what it's helping to align, is by accepting and going forward with this information. It's going to strengthen your relationships with others, with your personal close relationship. If this isn't romantic, a relationship that's like a soulmate, that's a friend, somebody really close. It could be two people, but there's somebody that you relate to with really, like, king and queen together here. I want to say this is a definite, at least soulmate, at least friend, somebody you really, really, really trust, and you guys work together. And maybe that's something too, is with the information, this person can help you maybe translate or help you deal with what comes up, the ideas that you need to, like, do something with it. Maybe it can help you. Maybe you're not sure what to do with the information that you're getting. And I think this masculine energy helps ground you and keep you grounded, because this is air energy, and it could be easy to kind of get lost in your head. Like I said, with the new information, you're just like, what is going on? That kind of thing. But you have the strength. You definitely, Spirit is saying, you have the strength to keep going forward, to speak the truth, to speak your truth, to listen, to relay messages, to do good in the world with it. And it's going to require some strength, but you've got it. You're going to be just fine with this. You don't have to go back and forth. Like, what's going on? Am I crazy? Is this normal, or is this, that kind of energy, that you're going to find the strength to be balanced in, this is who I am. This is what I can do. Other people might not understand, but that's okay. That kind of thing. All right, let's get some more information. All right, Spirit, any advice for group number 5? Tell me more about group number 5's alignment. So we have divine light. Yeah. Maybe that's something too. You see light, or you're understanding you're a being of light. Go with the flow. Yeah. So there might be emotional stuff that's happening with this, but just go with it. You are safe, and prosperity. You might be able to make money, like, this with this castle, right? Or this palace. There's something about, with this ability, this gift, that, maybe you can make money and have a happier physical life. There's prosperity involved, and, there's more water here, and letting your emotions, the King of Cups, letting your emotions come out, I think about it, is something, maybe that's something that Spirit is trying to tell you as well, that it's okay to feel, because I'm not seeing I'm seeing, mostly coins and swords. So in your mind, and this feels like it's okay to let the emotions out, or it's okay to feel the emotions that are involved with this. You have the strength to relay the information, or to persevere. If it's, if you get a message that's like really emotional, maybe hard to feel, you have what it takes to get through it, and you have the people around you that you can rely on for if it does get kind of heavy, or you get to the point where there might be points where, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to go with the flow, but Spirit is saying, keep going with the flow. You are being divinely guided. There is reason for this, okay? All right, I have one more message that I'd like to bring up from Spirit. Spirit, what's one last message you have for group number 5? Wow, this thing keeps wanting to... There we go. One last message for group number 5, please. Okay, you get 2. All right, the first one that came out, this is the artwork for it. And it says, don't be afraid to slow down, as this is when you can make real inner changes. Okay. And then this is the other one. And it says, practice speaking positively about other people and events, and especially the future. Okay, I think that's what I was kind of tuning into. You might be speaking like, what if this and what if that? And, I don't understand why, blah, 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 blah. Stay positive as much as you can. And, swords energy is kind of a faster energy. And maybe maybe that's part of the listening is to slow down and really absorb what's coming to you, where you're just like, nope, okay, that's what it is. And you just want to move on and go forward, because there's some kind of, I don't want to say fear, but a worry about what this really means. What is the bigger picture? But Spirit is saying trust, right? And this is being divinely guided, and this will help make you prosperous, but you can slow down. It's okay. You can let the stuff come in. You can feel the emotions that are coming with it. And you can be positive and speak positively about what's happening and other people. And, your future, the prosperity in your future. Okay? I think that's everything I see. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks again for being here. I hope this helped. And I hope you have an excellent day. And remember, be the light that you wish to see in this world. Namaste.